is cracking with your YouTube? It's your man King Howie. Welcome back to KHTV. Shout out to all of the pack addicts out there, where we talk about the greatest team in football history, the Green Bay Packers. Now, this last week there was virtual visits going on with Jordan Love, quarterback for the Utah State Aggies, high potential draft prospect quarterback in the 2020 NFL draft coming up, I think April 23rd. And the Packers met with him along with the Saints, the Chargers, who are, the top three teams that are interested in him. There's been rumblings of the Raiders and a few other teams who have been watching Jordan Love. Now, I don't know what the virtual visit intel was with the Packers, if they, watched a couple of his private workouts, or if they just were, asking him questions and trying to pick his brain and learn a little bit more about him. Now, as far as the virtual visits, teams have an unlimited amount of times they can talk to the players due to the coronavirus, COVID-19 pandemic that is, changing the world as we sit back and watch it happen. But, they could talk to the players 3 times a week for an hour a day. That's for all teams. And one of the biggest rumors or alleged news outtakes for the Green Bay Packers came up that the Packers were interested in drafting a quarterback in the first or second round in this up and coming draft. Now, for that to happen, I think for the Packers to get Jordan Love, I think they would have to do something very unordinary or unorthodox for their liking. They would probably have to trade up in the draft and probably have to give up a lot to get a early pick in the first round if they were, really, really focused on getting Jordan Love as a backup quarterback, potentially the next person to take over the spot for Aaron Rodgers once he's done playing football, which is not going to be for quite some time. And Aaron Rodgers made a point of that he's not going nowhere anytime soon. So whether they draft a player in the first round or second round or third round, he believes he's still going to be the starting quarterback, QB1, for the Green Bay Packers. And I believe that too. It'd be hard to draft a guy in the first round and then he immediately fill Aaron Rodgers' shoes. And we have seen, things happen like that, with Patrick Mahomes and Russell Wilson winning Super Bowls early in their career. And you could say the same thing for Aaron Rodgers winning a Super Bowl early at the start of his career as well. There's a few other quarterbacks that the Packers are looking at. They're looking at Jake Fromm and Tua, James Morgan from Florida International University, Jacob Eason. So, the Packers are going to do their roundabout of, checking out some potential quarterbacks. I like Jordan Love. You know what I'm saying? Just seeing everything he's done, especially in the combine. I think he could run a faster 40 time than what he ran in the combine. But as far as his skill set, I don't see really nothing wrong. I don't. He can make every throw. He has good feet work. He doesn't throw off his back foot. You know he could thread the needle. He's very accurate. He can run the football out of the backfield. Only thing I see that he has a problem with is, just getting through his progressions. Trying to find open players, and there's a big explanation for that. People like to harp on this last year that he played with Utah, and it wasn't great. He threw more interceptions than he did the previous year before, but that was due to the fact that players missing. You know what I'm saying? They lost some players that they had last year, some receivers, some offensive linemen, and things change in college from year to year. You don't have the same guys um, year after year after year like you do in the NFL, and even sometimes players change constantly in the NFL. So it's never going to be the same core group of guys that you're going to play with. Um, I could see Tua probably dropping a little bit in the draft, and it kind of sucks for Tua. Um, it kind of sucks for Tua because with the COVID-19, he can't have a pro day, where the teams can come out and really see him work and really get a good look at him. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to watch somebody do it on YouTube or Instagram or any other social media platform. It's nothing better than having that eye test where you can see it for yourself. You know what I mean? And make your own assessment. Um, so that sucks for him. And I think that might make his draft stock kind of drop a little bit because of COVID-19. Um, I'm pretty sure he has a lot of teams calling him and doing virtual visits with him as well. But I wouldn't be mad if Tua fell in the Packers' lap. Not saying that I want the Packers to draft a quarterback in the first round. I really don't. I hope the Packers go defense. You know what I'm saying? Get another defensive back or a defensive lineman or an offensive lineman. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the first round, we have to be very, very very transparent on how we're going to deal with this first round pick. Whether we trade it, draft a quarterback, draft somebody on defense, or whatever direction we go in, it has to be the right pick for the Green Bay Packers. Not saying that a quarterback wouldn't be a bad pick. Just thinking about the previous and past years where we had to deal with a backup quarterback hasn't really panned out. I mean, we've had Deshaun Kaiser, we've had Brett Hundley, we've had Scott Tolzien, we've had Seneca Wallace, and the best backup we've had so far, behind Aaron Rodgers has been Matt Flynn. Matt Flynn was successful with winning games when Aaron Rodgers went down. Um, I remember when we went 15-1 and we played the Detroit Lions at home, and it was a shootout between Matt Flynn and Matt Stafford. We wound up winning the game, but I think Matt Stafford threw like 6 touchdowns and Matt Flynn threw like 5 or something like that, and we won by a field goal. Um, so that was probably the best backup Aaron Rodgers has had so far. But the Packers, they are willing to go after a quarterback. Um, we remember General Manager Brian Gutekunst saying that every team should be looking forward to drafting a quarterback each draft. You know what I'm saying? That can't go past your mind. Congratulations to Aaron Rodgers for making the 2010 All-Decade team. A lot of people was saying that it should have went to Drew Brees. I don't know where people get that from. I don't understand it. Drew Brees didn't win the Super Bowl in 2010 till now. He's had 3 consecutive 7-9 seasons in a row. In 2 of those seasons, he threw for 5,000 yards. Uh, uh, he's never been a league MVP. He's had a better coach. He's had better players. He's had running backs. He's had receivers. He's had tight ends. I mean, he let Cam Newton and Matt Ryan get an MVP award, and they both lost Super Bowls. But that's another story for another day. Because I could go all day on Drew Brees and how he's not better than Aaron Rodgers. But we'll save all of that. We'll save that for another story. But you can see the Saints mentality, with paying Drew Brees 25 million for 50 million for the next 2 years. And I think Sean Payton is going to draft a quarterback. I just think he will. Uh, who knows what kind of predicament that puts Taysom Hill in. I think they'll probably convert Taysom Hill to being like a use check or something like that for the 49ers, like, a, a scat back, a dude that can throw the ball, run the ball, catch the ball. I think that's the position he'll play. I don't think he'll ever be a starting quarterback. I just think he'll just be that guy to, if Drew Brees can't really run out of the pocket well with the football, so he'll take on those duties. Drew Brees will be the arm, Taysom Hill will be the legs, which tells me that Sean Payton will be looking forward to drafting a quarterback. If that would be Jordan Love, who knows? If it is, good luck to him. I wouldn't be. Do I want Jordan Love? What, me personally, if he's there and we got the chance and opportunity to get him at pick 30 in the first round, then yeah, by all means, go get him. Go get him. Um, you might as well. You don't want to wait, try to see if he'll drop in the second round because he'll probably be picked up by then. But, if he falls into the lap of the Green Bay Packers, then so be it. I mean, it's happened before. We could go back to the 2005 draft with Alex Smith and Aaron Rodgers, where Aaron Rodgers thought he was going to be the number one draft pick to go to the San Francisco 49ers, but it didn't happen. He wound up falling into the hands of the Green Bay Packers, and the rest is history. Now, the whole James Morgan deal, I think the Packers are solely looking at him. I mean, he's a big guy, big arm. Um, but I think a lot of people are looking at him because the Patriots are. You know what I'm saying? I just think that's the reason why everybody is gravitating to James Morgan, and you're starting to hear a little bit of buzz start to sizzle over there for him because the Patriots are looking at him. Bill Belichick is looking at him. So everybody want to be tied to James Morgan now. So you're going to hear all of these different um, analysts, sports media analysts, you know, coming up with these different mock drafts and news that they heard from people that work inside the facilities of these teams. You know, all of that is just hearsay. It's just rumors. We won't know until April 23rd, where the NFL is now switching up to having a virtual draft, meaning that it'll be via Skype or whatever, Skype or Zoom or whatever app you use to, you know, FaceTime each other. It'll be done that way. You know, some people were saying that the draft should be postponed because they want to see the players get out there and walk past the podium and get the hat and shake Roger Goodell's hand and represent the teams that they go into. Plus, you know, knowing that it would be in Vegas, it probably would have been a spectacle, but it probably would have worked in favor of the NFL. So all I could say is the Packers have to make the right decision, the first pick in the draft. And if Jordan Love or any other prospect quarterbacks that they looking at fall in at the right time, the right pick for the Packers, uh, I think they should go for it. It'll be only right because then you know that'll be a spot that we could fill a void in a spot that we could just say, okay, we have a backup quarterback. And one thing that troubles me is how good of a coach is Matt LaFleur at grooming quarterbacks. I mean, we've seen him with RG3 and Kirk Cousins. We've seen him with Matt Ryan. We've seen him with Marcus Mariota. And now we see him with Aaron Rodgers, who really doesn't need to be groomed or anything like that. But I am interested to see, once the era of Aaron Rodgers is over, if Matt LaFleur is still coaching for the Packers, which he probably will be. I would like to see how well Matt LaFleur can groom a quarterback. So with that being said, man, y'all stay safe out there. Stay out of trouble. If you have a curfew or anywhere you live, make sure you're in a house. Make sure you get all the things that you need to get ahead of time. You know, this is around the time where we really have to start thinking ahead at how we move and what we do and what we say. So shout out to all of the Packer fans. It's your man King Howie. Till next time, I'm out. Go Pack, go.